Thank you for joining me on another episode of Cooking with the Blind Guy. My name is David. I'm 100% blind 100% of the time. Now, today we're going to be doing a German steak roll and potatoes that's also in German called rouladen. Now, what you're going to need is you're going to need some cube steak. You're going to need salt, pepper, brown mustard, some dill pickle spears or dill snackers, and some not Q-tips, boy, I'm out of it today, some toothpicks. That's the thing. Both go on your face, but only one can go in the oven. Alright, so what you're going to do first is you're going to get your tenderizing mallet, and you're going to take your cube steak, lay it out on a piece of parchment paper, and salt and pepper it, tenderize it, get it nice and flat, flip to the other side, salt and pepper, tenderize. I've already done that for the sake of saving time. So, and you're also going to need an onion. Forgive me, I'm a little out of order. Okay, so once you've tenderized your cube steak, you're going to sit there and take your brown mustard, and you're gonna just zigzag some on there, okay? I like to use a spoon to make sure you get it nice and spread over the entire cube steak, all right? And then you're gonna take your dill spear or your snacker pickles, and you're going to want to go to the thickest section of the cube steak to make sure you've got pickle to run all through the steak roll. Now this one, I'm going to have to chop a little off there. So once you have your brown mustard and your dill pickle, you're going to sit there and take your cube steak and roll it up. And I am seriously... See, this is why blind people have issues. Forgive me, I forgot about the bacon. Doesn't matter how much you practice before doing one of these videos, I always forget something. Last time it was the cabbage, this time it's the bacon. So you're gonna want one strip of bacon for each cube steak that you're gonna do. Okay, I've already got my 4 pieces because I'm doing 4 rolls. Alright, y'all will have to forgive me for the mix-up. I'm only human. Alright, once you've got your pickle wrapped up in your cube steak, you're going to take 1 piece of bacon, you're going to put it at one end, and then you're going to take and pin it with a toothpick. Okay, that helps keep the steak roll together and also the bacon on it. And then you're just gonna wrap that bacon all the way around it. And when you get to the other side, you're gonna take another toothpick and pin it. Once you've done that, you're gonna place it on your cooking pan, which I always do a raised rack, just to keep all the fat from, getting into your meat. Alright, so again, you're going to take your tenderized cube steak, you're going to take your brown mustard, and you're going to do some zigzags on there. Use your spoon to spread it out. Okay, then you're going to go for your dill pickle. Go for the widest part, which in this case I get to reuse that piece from the first one. And then you're going to sit there and roll it and wrap it nice and tight. Then you're going to take your piece of bacon, and you're going to take one end, put it at the end of your cube steak roll, grab a toothpick, pin it. Then that'll allow you to pick it up, Wrap that bacon all the way around. And then pin the other end of the bacon. All right. And then we're gonna put that to our cooking rack. All right, we gotta do it 2 more times. Sorry if I sound repetitive, but here we go. Brown mustard. And smooth that out. And then take your dill pickle. And let's get another one out of here. And then we're gonna roll that up. And then take another piece of bacon. Put it at one end. And toothpick it. Then we're gonna wrap it around. Pin the other side. And add it to our cooking tray. Now we only got one more. This is the biggest one I got. So again, brown mustard. Smooth that out. All right, get your dill pickle, which this one I think is wide enough where we can put 2 whole pickles in there. All right, and then wrap that up. Take your last piece of bacon and pin it. Wrap that bacon around it. And hold on, I've lost my last toothpick. There it is. All right. Pin it. Put it on the tray. All right, make sure you give them each a little bit of room so they can breathe while they cook. All right, now, once you finish all your steak wraps, you're gonna preheat the oven to 350 degrees. You're gonna bake the steak rolls for about 35 to 45 minutes until the bacon is fully crispy, okay? Now, we're gonna do some other prep. And I said you'd need an onion, okay? So I've got a tiny onion. We're gonna chop off the 2 ends of it. All right. Let me remove that outer casing. All right. Now what I like to do is cut it in half, okay? And then do ribbons of it. Now, once you get those ribbons going, you sit there and separate the ribbons. English is hard, I'm sure y'all can agree. And go ahead and put a couple of ribbons on top of your steak rolls. That'll add some flavor and they'll get nice and crisped while you're baking. All right, give me 1 second here. Get those on there. All right. All right. And by the way, I want to thank my viewers for loving my videos. The video I did 2 videos back of the French beef roast recipe got over 250 views on it. That's exciting. And I recently just hit 50 subscribers. So please share these videos. Reach out to people, blind or not. These are some great, delicious recipes that a lot of people can do at home. It's cheap ingredients and it'll taste great for the family. All right, now our steak rolls are done. They've been topped with onions. Now we're gonna go ahead and set the rest of that onion aside, and you're gonna wanna take your potatoes. I'm gonna just do 4 because that's all I need. What you wanna do is you wanna go ahead and run them under the sink, get them nice and good and washed. You're gonna sit there and cut them in half long ways. And then you're going to take each half and pretty much make 1/2-inch slices. And as you can see, I've already got my deep fry basket here. And we're just gonna throw those in there because that's the easiest part of this recipe, is when you get all your potatoes cut, you're just gonna put them in some oil and fry them until they're nice and golden brown. So, I'm not gonna hold you guys up for the whole potato cutting, but again, 350 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes on the steak rolls, also known as German rouladen, and then just make you up some diced home fries and deep fry them to go with it. I also sometimes like to make a brown gravy, which you can get those packets from Walmart, and use that to cover the steak rolls and the potatoes if you like. Well, thank you for joining in again, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next recipe.